What's going on, everybody? Adam here with eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Thule T2 Pro on our 2017 Jeep Cherokee. So if you're looking for a really solid platform style rack to get two bikes to and fro, this is going to be a good one. It looks good and it's nice and solid, but we will be able to add on to this and make it a 4-bike rack. Currently it's about 60 pounds per bike, but if we do have that add-on, it's going to be about 40 pounds per bike. But as it is right now, we can use our fat tire bikes and e-bikes because of the weight capacity, but the cradles are going to be able to accept tire widths up to 5 inches, which is always a plus. So this thing can basically take any bike that you throw at it. It's going to be great for your carbon fiber bikes because we have a wheel hook, and the wheel hook is going to accept wheel diameters from 25 to 29 inches, but if you have kiddos bikes, there is an adapter that'll get it all the way down to 20 to 24 inches in wheel diameter. So, like I said, any bike basically can fit on this. Right now, we have the carbon fiber frame bike on here, and the first place that I go to whenever I'm taking the bikes off is down here. But before I do that, let me go ahead and show you the tilting feature, and the knob is really easy to access. It's right in front, which I like that. And when we tilt it down like this, there's plenty of room for us to open up the back hatch, and it doesn't make any contact with the carrier or the bikes. So that's always a plus, and you don't have to take your bikes off to do that, which is something I look for, just because if you are traveling and you just forget something, you don't have to take everything off and just to access the back. So definitely a nice feature, and we are going to get locks for each bike. So we have them right here. It's just going to wrap around your frame somewhere and then come back and tie in right here, and we will get some keys with our kit, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and take the bike off. Back where we were, right here is where I always start. Press this in, and the nice thing about this is whenever we are securing it down, it's got the ratchet mechanism, which is super easy, so you don't have to put so much stress on yourself just to pull that down. It makes it pretty simple. So now we'll go ahead and put a hand on our bike, press the little knob, go up, swing out, and then we can take this off and get a closer look at the rack. So a lot of it is going to be made of a metal construction with a nice powder coated finish, but the cradles and some of the other components are going to be plastic, so they're also going to resist against that rust and corrosion, of course. And they are really high-end plastic, so it's not something really dinky. This is a really solid bike rack. And one thing I like about it is the amount of wheelbases we're going to be able to go up to. Some of them are a little less than 50.5 inches, but this one's 50.5, and that's because of this cradle here. It's going to slide, so for your kiddos bikes, put it up here. For your longer bikes, you can slide it back, and that's always good. So let's go ahead and see how much length we're adding to the back of the vehicle. From the bumper to the knob, it's going to be about 38 inches, but we can cut that down a little bit just by pulling that same lever, lifting it up. And it's nice and solid. The closest point is about 5 inches or so, and there's not any play, so it's not going to come and hit your vehicle. It does kind of go in front of our taillights, but not completely, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. You're still going to be able to see if you're driving at night and someone's behind you. But looking down at the shank, this is a unique feature to this bike rack. Only a couple other bike racks have these wheels. And the nice thing about that is, since this is about 55-ish pounds, it's kind of heavy. So if you're looking for something to be a little easier to get out of storage, wheel it over and put it in your hitch, this one's a lot easier than some of the other heavier ones like the NV 2.0. But we have another lock, which is down here. It's a little knob, and that will be key to like with our cables up top for our bikes. And I like this just because it's an anti-rattle system, but it doesn't use a threaded hitch pin. Threaded hitch pins, they just require you to have a tool. This, you just need your hands. So as you can see, that's how much shake you would normally get. But then as I start to tighten this down, as you can see, none of that play is left. So that's always a plus. Your bikes aren't going to feel it, you're not going to hear it, and your components are going to thank you for that. So it's not sitting there rattling around. And one nice thing about it is we have an auto finding hitch pin, which also helps with the ease of use. It just snaps right into place and it's really simple. If you're really looking for a rack that's pretty versatile when it comes to adding on bikes or just the bikes you're throwing at it, the Thule T2 is going to be a good option for you. Again, this was a Thule T2 Pro on our 2017 Jeep Cherokee.